All right, to discuss this, joining me now, New Jersey State Assemblyman Paul Kanitra. Thank you so much for being here. I know this has been an issue for you because the constituents are really upset about this and they're worried about it. We were just discussing in the break, you have learned something new about this. What can you tell us now?
So literally just before I came on, Naval Weapons Station Earle, which is where some very serious machinery and ordnance is based on, confirmed that unmanned aerial drones were above their critical airspace recently. And that's on the heels of coming out of my district, the Coast Guard cutter that was trailed by about 12 drones and was harassing their crew, and they confirmed that to us as well. So there's very real incidents of this occurring.
You are just getting this information now. This is new, and it's news to hear that information that there were, in fact, aerial drones, because we heard from, in a statement, DHS and the FBI saying, look, not to be worried about this, that they don't think that this poses a threat. And they were questioning whether or not people actually saw what they saw potentially, or if these were manned aircraft, potentially airplanes. So what does that make you think when you hear that and now you have this confirmation?
It's contradictory. I was just in a briefing at the Rock in New Jersey with 99 other legislators across the political spectrum where we heard directly from federal DHS and the colonel of our state police that they had indeed launched aircraft up, were hovering over one of these drones. It was at least 6 feet long, and they confirmed it. And we were talking about it in real time with DHS and about the equipment that they sent us to identify all that. So I don't know why the federal government on one side is also trying to diminish a lot of this, because yes, a lot of these are aircraft, are commercial flights, probably even the vast majority when you're getting thousands of tips on a line, but a lot of them are actually drones, and that's confirmed.
Have you seen them yourselves? And if you have seen them, what do they look like?
I went to do a news hit last night, and I left my district. There were 7 over the Manasquan Inlet, right in my hometown of Point Pleasant Beach, and they just were hovering over our Lake of the Lilies. It's unbelievable that we're a month in, mind you. The first sighting of this was November 18th. Our state police and DHS have confirmed that every single night since November 18th, there have been confirmed drone sightings, and you can tell that they're drones because everybody knows what a plane looks like and how it operates. They go left, they go right, they go up, they go down. It's a very serious thing that we don't know where they're coming from.
Do you think at this point, I mean, there's so much speculation from people, and because people are concerned, because people want to know the answers, do you think there needs to be a public hearing about what is going on and some answers given? And are you surprised that you haven't heard definitively where these are from, what they are, who's behind this?
Well, I feel that way, and I can tell you the most bipartisan thing ever is getting a bunch of Republicans and Democrats in a room together at the Rock where they all felt the same way about those concerns. So we're all pressing for more information, and quite frankly, there are many methods where you can take these down safely. My district has 30 miles of Jersey Shore coastline where you could take one down and not pose any risk to the public and actually get to the bottom of that. We sent a letter to DHS and to the White House the other day asking for just that, and I know a lot of my colleagues on both sides of the aisle are doing the exact same thing.
When you say take them down, are you talking about shooting them down? And couldn't that be done locally? Couldn't someone just say, hey, you know what, send out, the National Guard or send someone out and take one of these down so we know what this is and where it's from?
Shooting down literally and figuratively. If you interfere with the GPS, a lot of these drones have to land, right? And so we're calling for bringing them down, and we think that that's going to be the solution to everything.
Ultimately, do you think that because this has gone on for so long, you have seen them, many residents have been showing videos of them, does this put the government in a position of being distrusted even more, especially after the UFO thing where they're like, no, there's no unidentified flying objects for years and years and years, decades, and then saying, actually there are, we're not sure what they are. And now we have this incident where they're saying there is nothing to worry about at this point that we believe, and yet we don't know anything about them.
The nuances of how they're saying there's nothing to worry about are what you should worry about, right? It always says no known credible threat, right, things along those lines. But they also don't know that there's any guarantee of safety either. And we're not sitting out here talking about the fact that we're going to be under attack anytime soon or anything crazy like that. But is there a very real probability that this is a foreign adversary who's testing our defense capabilities for a month, mind you, and possibly surveilling critical infrastructure, which has been confirmed? And in our briefing, they said they were over Picatinny Arsenal. They said they were over Bedminster. They said they were over Naval Weapons Station Earle. And in my district, I have a National Guard facility that has thousands of law enforcement going through there. They need to get on the same page because clearly their institutions are confirming that these sightings are occurring, and then they're trying to come out in a public way and diminish it, and that's losing trust with the American people.
And you just made some news this morning. Again, tell me what you learned about these drones from a very well-trusted institution.
Naval Weapons Station Earle confirmed this morning that there were unmanned aerial drones above their facilities, and that's a fact. And we were told in our briefing that they were over Picatinny Arsenal as well just a couple days ago.
All right, Assemblyman Paul Kanitra, thank you so much for bringing that to us, and hopefully you get some answers, and we all do.
Thanks for looking into it, sir.
Appreciate it.